It's my pleasure today to officially announce Kaka as our new player, new Orlando City player.
My contract with Orlando City ends this year. I've been thinking a lot, and my final decision is not to renew my contract with this club.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you to my teammates. I'm gonna miss you guys, and I'll be a Lion forever.
Holy Grail.
Kumusta mundo de football? Kumusta ang mundo ng football? How's it going, footballers world? Alright, so don't worry, this video is not too much of an emotional one. It's actually more of a farewell kind of video. As a lot of you know, Ricardo Kaka is he retiring or is he just quitting Orlando? I'm somewhat of an Orlando City fan. When it comes to MLS, there's only 3 teams I support. LA Galaxy, because growing up I watched David Beckham and he moved there. I have family in LA and they were just good for so many years. Attractive football for an American side, and I'll just end with David Beckham. And then Orlando City, because Florida is the state I spent the last 4.5 years in. It's my home away from home. It's basically my home in America, and there's only one MLS team when it comes to Florida, and that's Orlando City. I've watched 3-4 games, I think, and watching Kaka was amazing. And the last team I support, if you guys follow my channel, is obviously Atlanta United. The stadium is amazing, the players, the team, the professionalism, the ownership, everything about that club is going to be big in a couple years. Sadly, they lost in the first round of playoffs against Columbus Crew, but that's for another video, another story. Not my job.
That is not my job.
What I want to talk about, though, is Ricardo Kaka. So he's on the verge of playing his last game for Orlando City. It's a charity match against a Puerto Rican side, obviously to aid in the disaster relief for the victims of Hurricane Irma. Costco Mocha Freeze, very good. So if you're in the United States, I'm very sure you're well aware of the devastation caused by Hurricane Irma. I'm in Florida and the state's pretty much messed up. Puerto Rico and the rest of the Caribbean got hit the most. I'm not gonna say anything political about what the president's been doing, has not been doing. Not my job.
That is not my job.
But if you're able to help, send some money, send some goods, food, canned goods, whatever, to Puerto Rico. I have a lot of friends from there, and I know it's gonna help a lot. Anyway, Kaka. So, when I was a young boy, I was never a fan. He played for Milan. I was a Madrid fan. Milan was another giant in Europe, and you pledge your allegiance. But I had a friend, a teammate. He probably doesn't even think about me at all, but Noel Are, the biggest Ricardo Kaka fan I know. He'd come up to practice in his Kaka shirt. When we played PSP back in the day, we verse each other. He's using Milan or Kaka, that guy. He loves him. When you see like regular people like us, like that, get inspired by a guy, you know he's great. And for the last 4 years, he's been the icon of Orlando City soccer. Not 4 years, 2 or 3 years. Yeah, he's been the icon. And I actually started my attempt in professional soccer on trial with Orlando City, and if you watched my previous videos, that's where I met Guti. So he's one of the first professional soccer players I interviewed on this vlog. If you want to see his interview, click probably a link down below, I don't know. But, so, you know, I just wish Kaka farewell. I loved how he played not only with Milan or Sao Paulo. I like how he played with Madrid as well. I mean, obviously he was the second highest transferred, or when he transferred to Real Madrid, he had the second highest transfer fee, and he didn't live up to his potential, but he still had a great season. Similar to James Rodriguez, I think. People expected more, but he was a good player. Didn't work out with the coach's mentality. It was Jose Mourinho at that time, but he was still great. If you look at statistics, he had a decent amount. He had a decent amount of goals. He had a decent amount of assists. He played well for Madrid. Obviously, with Milan, he's a legend. Sao Paulo, obviously, is one of the favorites, and now Orlando City. It's just really sad to see legends retire. I mean, I cried during David Beckham's last game. That was with Paris Saint-Germain 3 years ago. That was hard for me to watch because growing up he was my idol. And in a few years, you never know, it could be Cristiano Ronaldo, it could be Messi. But for now, it's Kaka, and there's a good bunch of players retiring with him. There's Andrea Pirlo, there's Gianluigi Buffon, and every time a legend passes on, there's an opportunity for the younger guys, but we're all gonna miss Kaka. Here are a couple clips I got from the last time I watched Orlando City, and this was just a couple weeks ago. Not bad, right? So I encourage you all, support Puerto Rico, greet Kaka that farewell that he deserves. Man's a legend. Never know. Maybe I'll get to play against him one day in a charity match or whatever, because y'all know I am going pro.